This is a huge DIY project. So I don't think I'm going to sugarcoat things too much. Today has been just a little frustrating. Well, hello, and welcome back to Texas. We actually got back in yesterday, but we have a lot that we have to get done on the property that we're going to be living on, and so since we got in late, we decided to stay at a public city park, which was actually really nice. But we're back now, and I just want to show you guys what things look like now, because we do have a fair bit that we need to do, but luckily it's not too bad. We cleared out a lot before we left, and I was worried that nature would have reclaimed a lot of it and the yaupon would have really started to come back in, but it hasn't. So let me kind of show you what things look like and kind of try to create a picture of what it is that we're trying to do. So Stuart's family's driveway is way up that way. Right here is a hunting cabin, and when we were here before we left, we cleared all of this out so that the electrical company could get the electric reconnected from that pole to that box, which is on the other side. You can't really see it, but it's there. That was supposed to have been done already, but it hasn't happened yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have power tomorrow. So all of this we cleared out. The plan, the long-term goal, is to put the RV back in here, and we do need to clear this out a little bit. So this stuff will need to be cleared away. This stuff will need to be cleared away. There's a chance we might take down this tree here, and then luckily it's already been mowed back here, which is super awesome. But then the plan is to tuck the trailer kind of back in this clearing, push away the nature and the yaupon a little bit, and then we'll have a nice little tucked away spot to park the RV. It's the front of the cabin. It's in real rough shape, but maybe we'll do something with it at some point. And then this is the way back out. So quite a bit of clearing that we need to do. It's gonna be a lot of work, but should be doable. And then hopefully we'll be able to get the RV back in here without too much trouble. Right now Stuart is putting a new chain on the chainsaw, and then we'll have to start hacking away. So this is a huge DIY project, but I think if we keep at it and keep our spirits up, we can turn this into a really nice place to live. That is the hope anyway. So I don't think I'm going to sugarcoat things too much. Today has been just a little frustrating. We bought new blades for the chainsaw, but they ended up being the wrong size, and we didn't find that out until after we got here. And then we were trying to use the blade that we had, but you saw how much trouble it was trying to cut down just that one tree. That took way too long, and we still have to break it up into smaller pieces so that we can actually drag it away. So then we had to drive all over what felt like God's green earth to find a store that had the right blade size, which for whatever reason was just very difficult. Finally got that sorted. We're finally back here. We have two blades now, which should work, but the chainsaw is still giving us fits, so I have no idea how this is going to go. It's super interesting, but there's really nothing to do about it now except to keep plugging forward and trying to just chip away at it. It's just this enormous project right here that we have to get through and figure out how to do, and getting it cleared is going to be a huge major step in the right direction, but we still have to figure out how to run water and how to run electricity, which that's out of our hands for the time being too because of the electrical company. So lots of deep breaths happening over here. It's all going to work out, but it's been very, very frustrating.
Go ahead.
Day, and we are feeling fueled up and ready to tackle more of the clearing. It would be super cool if we can get in and get everything cleared out enough to where we can move the RV in today, because then once we do that, we can kind of start working around the area and we won't have to worry so much about the fact that we're just parked on a shoulder right now. So we'll see what we can get done, but it's a beautiful day, so feeling like it's got some good possibilities. Go ahead and call it quits for the day. Stuart and I both are feeling pretty tired, but we did get a lot done. I bet we probably cleared close to a 1/4 acre of land. Nothing but yopon and scrubby trees. It's really hard to conceptualize it all. Like, I don't think the camera is showing the size of the space very well, but I'll turn it around and show you guys where we're at for tonight and what we're probably going to be tackling tomorrow. So over there is the drive in. We'll come in this way, back the RV in. We cleared this tree out here. It was surrounded by yopon. We started to clear a little bit underneath this spruce tree here. Eventually we'd like to get everything cleared out from underneath the spruce trees so that we can actually use them and enjoy them. But for now, this will probably be good. Tomorrow we're gonna need to clear out this, and there's a fence post over there that you can't even see right now. One, because it's covered by yopon, and then two, the shadows. But we're gonna clear that out and the RV is gonna go straight in here. Originally, we thought we might pull it in this way, which is why we cleared all of this out, but we saw today that the sun actually pretty much stays right here after it comes up. So we want to be able to use the solar for our panels. So we're gonna pull it in right here, and now this will be our yard, which will actually be really, really nice because after about 12:30, 1 o'clock, all of this stays shaded, and it was really, really nice in here throughout the day. So it'll be a nice yard for us whenever we finally get everything done, but we still have so much to do. It is nothing short of just completely overwhelming. So we just got done taking a lunch break, and I'll show you what we have so far. We've made quite a bit of progress just in the area around the RV. I think we're pretty much done, honestly. The thing next that we're gonna have to tackle is the corner of the cabin, back over there. It's completely covered by yopon and grapevines, and we have to get that cleared out because the water spigot that we're going to tee into is on that side. And it's a little bit concerning, not so much this side, but on the other side, we found out that there is a yellow jacket nest that's like up inside the eaves of the cabin. So we're gonna have to try to figure out a way to get those out of there. And there are a lot of wasps in this entire structure that we're gonna have to deal with before we can do anything too crazy. So dealing with the wildlife and then clearing out the vines from the corner are going to be the next thing that we have to do. But let me turn you around, show you what we've done. Those are our stairs. Hopefully we'll get those put together today so we have something to step onto instead of just sand and dirt. That'd be a huge improvement. But we cleared out everything under here and try to get in an angle where you can actually see it. I don't know if the sun's helping me too much right now. Cut all the yopon out, cut some branches off of these 2 cedar trees so that you could actually walk through and get over to the cabin. We scraped all of the leaves and smaller pieces of yopon and cedar into that pile there, and we've just been carefully monitoring it and burning it down. We've gotten a lot done, and that giant mess there is what we're gonna have to deal with next. We made a lot of headway. We were able to clear all this out, I'll show you. And then we also got our shopping list together, so we know exactly what we're gonna need to get water and electrical hooked up, which is awesome. It's super hairy. You can tell that nobody has been back here or tried to clear this out in a really long time. But not as long as you would think. It's really only been 15, 20 years, and already nature has just reclaimed everything that bad. What an improvement. We kicked butt.
A lot.
Welcome to another day of chaos. So we went to town today and got everything that we are going to need to run water and electric, and we decided to start with electric because there's a few things that we need to do the water that we can't do until we have some equipment, and we're hoping that we can borrow that from Stuart's family. But Stuart is just now finishing up the outlet. We ran electrical from the panel on the back of this cabin up through and around to the front corner, which will be the shortest distance that we can do. And we figured that running 20 amp power would be a whole lot simpler than trying to run a whole bunch of electrical through the ground and put up a pedestal and do a whole big thing. It would take a lot more time, a lot more money, and honestly would give us more power than we really need. We really only need 20 amp power to do a few things here and there that we can't do with the solar. So we're about to have electrical, which is pretty cool, and we're just finishing it up now. We actually had a really nice break and a little bit of a breather for like the first time in many days. I was actually able to relax, get some editing done, and able to put our feet up and just relax a little bit. It was awesome. But I think Stuart has gotten his hands on a shovel, and the next thing that we have to do is run the water lines, and I think he's tired of resting on his laurels while there's still so much to do, so.
Cannot rest on our laurels.
Learning so many things from this project so far. For example, now I could tee into and set up my own water spigot if I saw the need. But we have water now, which is awesome. Actually, we have water and we have electricity, which I would, in my mind, aside from just clearing everything and making this place livable, were the two biggest barriers to entry for us being here, and they're done, which is kind of crazy to think about because it was a frick ton of work, but We did it.
Yep. Rebecca helped dig a lot of the trench. Well, actually, let's just say Rebecca did probably about half the trench digging and about half the covering it too. Because apparently she did not want me to be able to hold it over her head.
Nope, we are equal partners in this venture, and I never want to let it be said otherwise. The only other thing that we really need to do is clear off the rest of the Yopon stumps, spray them, and then wait for everything to die. So I'm really excited about that one. That one, for me personally, has a lot of meaning.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.